Good morning, boys and girls. Welcome to Candy's Cozy Couch. That's right. I said good morning. It is a new day, and I decided to share a story with you this morning. But anyway, my name is Candice. My nickname is Candy. That's how I came up with that really vibrant name. That's right, vibrant. Good way to describe it. All right, boys and girls. Well, just as we have a bedtime checklist, we have a morning checklist as well. So, but before we get to that, this is my musical interlude for you. Good morning, good morning, good morning to you. The day is beginning, there's so much to do. I said good morning, good morning, good morning to you. The day is beginning, there's so much to do. Oh, yeah. And happy Wednesday. It is also a new month. It is also now November. Okay, Halloween has passed, and now we're into the month of November. Day 2 already. Whew. Boy. All right, boys and girls, here we go. All right, first things first. Are you awake? And if you're awake, first things first is to rather you roll over on your belly, sit up on your knees, sit crisscross applesauce, stand, whatever you want to do. Make sure you close your eyes, bow your head, say your prayers. Do not forget to say your prayers. Very important. We are thanking our Creator for what we have and this opportunity to do a new day, a new beginning. Okay? So, with our checklist, once that's done, saying the prayers. That's like number one on the checklist for the morning routine. So number two, and the order can vary. I want you guys to know whichever the order might change up a little bit, and that's okay. So you want to make sure you make your beds since you're getting out of them. If everything is all good, if there are no overnight accidents or anything, make your bed so that it greets you tonight when your day is done. You don't have to do it later. It's already done, okay? So your bed is made. Now, some things from the night would prepare you for the morning. So oftentimes I say pick out your outfits the night before. But should you have not done that as part of your night checklist, then you're going to quickly pick out your clothes that you're going to wear for today. But hopefully you've already done that. All right? And again, the room is already clean. So you're waking up in a clean room. And this is why we say, do you clean your room the night before? Don't let a dirty room follow you into the next day. Okay? So, all of that said and done, get in the bathroom and you got to evacuate your body, your bladder, possibly your bowels. You got to pee or poo. Okay? Your body's been laying still and dormant and resting. Some of your systems in your body were like shut down, and now they're starting back up again. All right, so you got to do that. All right, so then you got to make sure you wash your face, okay? Brush your teeth, floss, all right? Clean your ears, your nose, and if that might be as a need to. I know I need to do it this morning because I've been blowing my nose a lot. I hope it's just my sinuses, but it could be a little cold. I don't know. But clean out your ears, your nose. Then you can untie your hair, unwrap your hair, comb it out if you need to. Okay, so your hair is done for the day. Now, some of you guys may opt to do your bath or your shower in the morning versus the night. I say night because it helps your body to relax, to go to bed. Okay, but if for some reason you need one in the morning, then this is the time to get that in, okay? But you don't have the same time that you would have at night to kind of play with your rubber duckies or hang out in the tub. Nope, you got to hit it quick because we're getting ready for our new day. Once you're done in the bathroom and you dry off if you needed to do that, put on your lotion, time to dress up. Use your mirror, okay? Both to give yourself positive affirmations and encouragement and smile, but also so you can check how you look in your clothes to make sure that you don't need to dust some lint off or did you put your shirt on the wrong way? You're going to be checking those things, okay? So use your mirrors so you can see your beautiful faces and your beautiful bodies from head to toe. Hopefully you got the long mirror. All right, so you're all dressed, put your shoes on, tie them up really good. Okay, Boy Scout, Girl Scout, wilderness knot as I call it, get so it doesn't keep coming loose on you. Make sure your shoes are tied. All right, so you're heading to your breakfast now. At this point, it's breakfast time. Make sure you eat a well-balanced breakfast. Okay, get your fruits in, get your grains, get your dairy. Okay, maybe have a little meat like some bacon or some sausage. Okay, but eat something healthy that's going to hold your stomach for a few hours till you get to lunchtime. And speaking of lunchtime, if you didn't pack your lunch the night before, which I should probably suggest that you guys do that during the checklist. That's actually not currently on my nighttime checklist, but it is on the morning checklist. If you're gonna pack a lunch, get your lunch packed, okay? Maybe your parents are helping with this process, all right? If you have any vitamins or any medication that you need to take, again, your parents are helping you with that as well, okay? So after a good breakfast and good conversation and encouragement with your family, talking to each other, helping each other get ready and get into the energy of the new day, okay? Then you want to check your backpacks. Make sure you have everything that you need in your backpacks, especially your homework from the night before. This tends to happen, and I don't know why, but make sure your homework gets from your home into your backpack and onto your desk in the hands of your teacher. Make sure the full process is complete. Okay? Don't forget to turn in your homework. Make sure you do that. Okay? So you get the grades. Now, when you get ready to leave out the door, you do that final check to make sure everything else is in order. Maybe you're quick with your morning routine and you have a few minutes to spare to do something special with the family, a guessing game, or a quick video or two, positive energy. Maybe you sing some uplifting songs to get your day started. But anyway, you're headed out the door, you're on your way to school. Boom, that's the checklist for the morning. All right, so let me check it off. Check, check, check. Check, check. Check, 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 check. And remember, this checklist is not the end-all, be-all checklist. Your checklist might be a little different. All right, all of that being said, it is time for your story for today. And hopefully this story is going to help you guys out a lot, okay? Howard B. Wigglebottom learns to listen. And it's a scholastic book. This guy, though. All right. Imagine how much easier life would be if children listened better. Okay, kids, think about it. I used to get into a lot of trouble because I didn't listen very well. Since I learned how to really listen, I get into much less trouble and have a lot more fun. I want to help as many children as I can to become better listeners. And I think this is from the author of the book, Howard Bingkow. Okay? That's the little wordage on the back of the book. All right? Yep. The author is Howard Bingkow and Susan F. Cornelissen. Cornelissen, I think. Okay? So either two authors both wrote the book, or one is the illustrator, but it doesn't say that. All right. I like that on the page it says, I have read this book again and again. Okay, you got your options here. So I inherited this book because it was in one of the little book houses, and it looks like Lily was the person that had it before I got it. But here we go. Meet Howard B. Wigglebottom. Howard is always in trouble at school because, well, Howard just doesn't listen. Now, listening is a skill that is so important, boys and girls. It will bless your life. So work on it. I'm telling you, work at it. During story time, instead of quietly listening, Howard bounces around the room. Howard B. Wigglebottom, please sit down, be quiet, and listen. But Howard doesn't listen. Uh-oh. So that means he is now being a distraction to all his other friends in the class. Howard B. Wigglebottom, you are bouncing too close to the fan. But Howard doesn't listen. What do you think is going to happen when you don't listen? You done got twisted all up in the fan. Hey, Howard, watch your step. At lunchtime, his friends try to warn him, but Howard doesn't listen. I know he didn't just step on a banana peel. And part of listening is watching closely with your eyes. Listening includes all of our five senses. It really does. So we need to be listening with our ears, our eyes, our feeling, our touch, our smell, okay? All of that. Blah, 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 blah. After lunch, Howard's friend tries to tell him something important. But that's what the blah blah sounded like, blah blah to him. But Howard doesn't listen. All he heard was blah 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 blah. Well, that's unfortunate. Keep your eyes on the ball, Howard. On the playground, Howard's teammates try to help him. Boink! But Howard doesn't listen. Now he done got hit with the ball in the eye because he wasn't using his eyes to see what was happening, his ears to hear what was happening, and his body to be ready to catch the ball. In the art room, the teacher reminds the class, kids, try to keep the paint on your paper. But Howard doesn't listen, so the teacher asks him to take a time out, as she should have. Take a time out. Because if you're not going to be a good listener, you don't get to participate in all of the fun stuff. He feels sad. Howard doesn't not like being alone and in trouble. He thinks and thinks about the day. Howard makes up his mind. From that moment on, he will try very hard to be the best listener he can be. And that's where it starts. When you make the decision, when you choose to be a good listener. The next day, Howard does listen during story time. He waits for his turn to talk and then asks a question about the story. That is so much better. And that meant that they all got a chance to hear the story and learn from the story. Howard gets a big star because Howard is really listening. While walking home, Howard uses both his eyes and ears to help stay safe. Howard is really listening. See, I told you, our five senses are very important to our listening. They kind of work hand in hand. He needed to see if cars were coming, and he needed to see the crossing guard telling him to stop. And he needed to hear the cars, the motors, the horns, the engines, the people, the sounds around him. Please hang up your backpack and clean up your room now. Okay, this is his mom talking. When Howard gets home, he listens to his mother. That meant she only had to say that one time. Okay, Mom. Howard is really listening. And he responded. So she wasn't talking to the walls. A voice came back to her. Okay, Mom. And that's what he did, what his mother told him. That's a very important listening skill to have. Awesome ears, Howard. So Howard gets extra time to play and have fun. Time for a bedtime story. Please brush your teeth first, Howard. Howard B. Wigglebottom is really listening. And the thing of it is, when you become such a good listener and then you get good at doing the things you need to do, that you're supposed to do, parents don't have to tell you anymore because you got it. Almost all of the time. Almost all of the time, right? And we don't expect you to listen all the time. All of us have trouble being good listeners. All of the time. But most of the time, you should be a good listener. And that is the end. Howard B. Wigglebottom learns to listen. Today's lesson, how to be a better listener. 1, sit quietly. 2, use both your eyes and your ears to help you listen. 3, please don't interrupt. Wait your turn to talk. 4, try your very best to understand the person speaking. 5, ask questions if you don't understand. And 6, pay attention. That means to be alert and really know what is happening around you. And those are some rules you can use, okay? And that is the end, boys and girls. Yay, that was awesome. I like that book, and it was very appropriate for this morning. All right, boys and girls, my cuddle buddies are here. They're sitting here. We're woke. They're all hanging out. A little bit different in the mornings than at night. Well, time to take on the day. Now you have your tools that you can use, okay? You know about how to be a good listener. Today, you take it to school with you and be the best that you can be. Be superstars, be champions, all right, boys and girls? And when you leave out the door, be the best person that you can be today, okay? Better than you were before. All right, boys and girls, that is it. I will see you next time. Have a great day. Bye-bye.